I grew up in a small town in New Hampshire called Hampstead, New Hampshire. Literally the whole town was basically woods. Your house was built into the woods instead of into an urban. There was no sidewalks. There was no real park. It was really just if you wanted to go out and have a good time with your family, it was in the woods or in the fields.
Well, I have obviously lived in two very different places, Los Angeles and Steamboat, and it's a really big comparison between the two because in Los Angeles, it's just constant rush, and city, I mean, I personally like that, but I also really enjoy living in Steamboat while I can because it's just a relaxing environment and you're able to be a little more in touch with yourself and less focused on what everyone else is doing, and I think that can really benefit a person. Even if you do go off and live in a city later in your life, it's always really good to have that base and kind of know who you are from living in a town like this.
Let's start with the positives. Access to nature is crucial for maintaining a steady mood, so avoiding things like depression. For many, it's also pivotal for spiritual development and a sense of purpose, right? So being surrounded by a natural environment that's functioning just kind of organically and effortlessly helps us connect with the reality that there's something going on that's much larger than ourselves. And the more that we can release to that, I think we find peace at a deeper level than even the emotional system. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. And there's a transition going from like almost complete anonymity and privacy to almost complete absence of those variables. There's an interconnectedness of most aspects of the community, like very literally. Mm-hmm. I think that creates anxiety because it feels abnormal in the society that we've created. But I think in the long run, it's a very positive and good thing. And what I've noticed, kind of a parallel to this topic, is that there's a significantly there's significantly less stigma surrounding mental health services in mountain towns, as I've experienced it. And I think a lot of that is that people don't view anonymity and kind of secrets the same way that people do in urban environments because it's not possible. Some of the themes that, make it kind of hard, mountain towns have their own diversity, but they can be lacking in other forms of diversity. So in terms of having a wide array of different caricatures or role models to aspire to be, mm-hmm. those examples aren't always available. There's not examples of every profession, so it's hard to know, maybe you would aspire to be that, but you haven't seen that symbol in the environment. So there can be a little bit of an existential theme of what is it that I'm supposed to be and where do I fit if you don't fit into the limited amount of opportunities that can be found in the mountain town. I think that happens. I won't spend too much time with the obvious. If you're in a tourist town, there's a lot of substance abuse, and it's kind of hard not to be pulled into that. Another theme that I've noticed, and I've only been here for a year and a half, is that we all require, as we develop, a continual investigation of our purpose and where we derive meaning. I find that because certain recreational sports are so kind of compelling and fulfilling, that people over-attach it to their existential purpose, and then once that's removed, they suffer greatly. So for example, if your purpose is to be a skier, and you've kind of wrapped your whole identity around that, and then you cease to be a skier for injury or age or blah 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 or lack of interest. That question of what now seems to be a theme that finds many people trapped.
I think that I have benefited a lot from living in a rural town such as Steamboat and really being in touch with nature in a town like this. I've learned mostly the value of a community, I think, and being so tight and close-knit and how we can really offer you support when you need it. I have also found the benefits of the environment and having nature around you and being able to escape and go outside and do activities like skiing or during the summer, even just like walking downtown with friends. I just think there's always a benefit to a healthy environment.
Wilderness has really been like somewhere I felt like safe. I felt I can really be myself. I can go just admire nature itself and really think about what I want to do with my life. It's something that has allowed me through myself and to bring off onto others to talk about like what I feel, what I want to do, what are my goals, and I feel being outdoors and in the woods is really good. You could not pay me enough to leave the wilderness and move into an urban area.